Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. We'll start with the top story. Giving a boost to India's healthcare sector on the occasion of 9th Ayurveda Day, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone for multiple health sector projects worth over $1.43 billion at the All India Institute of Ayurveda in Delhi. The Indian Prime Minister also inaugurated several healthcare institutions, including inauguration of Phase 2 of India's first All India Institute of Ayurveda, and laid the foundation for 5 nursing colleges in Madhya Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced an expansion of health coverage for all senior citizens aged 70 years and above. PM Modi distributed Ayushman cards to some eligible senior citizens. Also, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the U-Win portal aimed at benefiting pregnant women and infants by fully digitalizing the vaccination process. The U-Win initiative is part of efforts to strengthen research, development and testing infrastructure, enhancing the overall healthcare ecosystem in the country. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi distributed more than 51,000 appointment letters to newly appointed youth in government departments and organizations. Rozgar Mela or Employment Fair highlights the Indian Prime Minister's commitment to prioritizing employment generation. It empowers the youth by providing them with meaningful opportunities to contribute to nation building. Newly appointed recruits will have the opportunity to undertake foundational training through Karma Yogi Prarambh, an online module available on the I Got Karma Yogi portal. Over 1,400 e-learning courses are available which will equip recruits with essential skills to serve in their roles effectively and work towards building a Viksit Bharat or developed India. The Indian Prime Minister said Rozgar Mela is a step towards the fulfillment of the commitment of Prime Minister to accord the highest priority to employment generation in the country. PM Modi also said growth in Khadi sector also contributes to growth for various sections of society. India's President Draupadi Murmu reviewed the artworks of artists as part of the Artist in Residency program at Rashtrapati Bhavan Cultural Centre in India's capital, New Delhi. A group of artists called on the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, to visit an exhibition of artwork. The exhibit featured works that were created during the artist's stay at the President's house. The artists that showcased their artwork for the Indian President have been staying at Rashtrapati Bhavan from October 21st till date under the Artist in Residence Initiative Srijan 2024. The last day for candidates to file their nominations is October 29 for upcoming Maharashtra Assembly elections, which will be held in a single phase on November 20th in the Western Indian state. The deadline to withdraw nominations is November 4. Results for the 288 Maharashtra Assembly constituencies will be announced on November 23, along with those from the Eastern Indian state of Jharkhand, which votes on November 13th and 20th. Meanwhile, over 150 people were severely injured in Virarkavu temple in South Indian state of Kerala. The Kerala firecracker incident took place during the Kaliyattam Theyam festival when the firecracker collection meant for the festival caught fire from nearby sparks. Rescue operation is underway. The second phase of the Army Commanders Conference concluded in New Delhi today. Senior leaders of the Indian Army discussed key strategic issues related to border and internal security. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar addressed the conference, highlighting India's evolving geopolitical landscape and the role of the armed forces. Dr. S. Jaishankar praised the Army's vigilance and urged readiness to adapt to changing global dynamics, emphasizing the importance of technology and lessons from current conflicts in shaping India's strategic outlook. India's Union Minister Amit Shah flagged off the Unity Run in New Delhi on National Unity Day. This year, due to Diwali festival on October 31st, the event will be held on October 29 instead of its usual date. Jammu and Kashmir CM Omar Abdullah administered the Unity Pledge and flagged off the Run for Unity event in Srinagar on Tuesday to commemorate National Unity Day. Meanwhile, the President of Government of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, inaugurated the 4th Spain-India Forum in Mumbai on Tuesday. The India-Spain event was organized by the Spain-India Council Foundation and the Observer Research Foundation. The Spanish leader is on a 3-day visit to India. The Indian Panorama, a flagship section of the International Film Festival of India, announces selection of 25 feature films and 20 non-feature films to be showcased in the 55th edition of IFFE. The package of 25 feature films, including 5 films from mainstream cinema, have been chosen from a broad spectrum of 384 contemporary Indian feature films. The IFFE jury's choice for the opening film of Indian Panorama 2024 is Swatantra Veer Savarkar, directed by actor Randeep Hooda. In business, Indian equity indices extended the gaining streak for the second day on October 29 as the Indian markets ended in green. At close, the Sensex was up 363.99 points or 0.45% at 80,369.03. Nifty was up 127.60 points or 0.52% at 24,466.80. The Indian rupee settled flat at 84.07 against the US dollar on Tuesday. Oil prices rose on Tuesday after tumbling 6% as the US plan to buy oil for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve provided some support through wider concerns about weaker future demand growth exerted pressure. Brent crude futures climbed 74 cents or 1.04% to $72.16 a barrel by 10:26 GMT, while US West Texas Intermediate crude was 68 cents or 1% higher at $68.06 a barrel. Ahead of the upcoming US election, Donald Trump has narrowed his deficit in Hispanic men, bringing him nearly even with Kamala Harris, while making gains among black voters as well. Former President Donald Trump now trails Vice President Harris by just 2 percentage points among Hispanic men, 44% to 46% according to a Reuters analysis. An investigation has been launched after ballot drop box fires in the US states of Washington and Oregon. Police in the state of Oregon released 2 photographs of a vehicle believed to be connected to the ballot box arson incident on Monday. Israel passed a law on Monday banning the UN's refugee agency UNRWA from operating in the country. Legislation said that could impact its work in war-torn Gaza. The lawmakers who drafted the law cited what they described as the involvement of some UNRWA staffers in October 7, 2023 attack on southern Israel and staffers having membership in Hamas and other armed groups. Leaders from the United Nations and several European countries reacted on social media after Israel passed a law banning UNRWA from operating in the country. A drone that exploded in an open area in the southern coastal city of Ashkelon this morning was launched from Yemen, according to the IDF's latest assessments. Separately, the IDF said another drone launched from the Lebanon this morning was shot down by air defenses over the Upper Galilee. Israel Iron Dome defense system intercepted over 100 Hezbollah projectiles that were fired from Lebanon. Approximately 115 projectiles fired by Hezbollah crossed from Lebanon into Israel, and at least 5 more rocket barrages were fired into northern Israel since. Israel continues to strike southern Lebanon as plumes of black smoke can be seen from the Israeli side of the border. Russia conducted overnight multi-wave strikes on Kharkiv and Kiev cities of Ukraine on Tuesday. The Russian retaliatory airstrike killed at least 6 and injured 6 others. Ukrainian military reportedly shot down 26 out of 48 drones launched. A district's residential building caught fire in the Kiev region by debris fallen from a destroyed Russian drone. Rescue team members of the Ukraine State Emergency Service continue to look for survivors under the rubble of a ravaged building as Russia continued its strikes. Meanwhile, Russia claims to take control of 3 more settlements in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. Russian forces captured Hernik and Katernivka on Tuesday. Terrorists shot dead a Pakistan policeman who was guarding a polio vaccination team on Tuesday as the country combats a recent resurgence of the disease. Time now for a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News. Welcome back. You're watching Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Some more stories. Days before Diwali, Delhi's air quality continues to be in the very poor category, posing significant health risk to residents. The National Green Tribunal has issued notices to the Delhi Police Commissioner and Traffic Commissioner to file a response detailing the actions taken to control vehicular pollution. In response to the worsening air quality, the centre urged state governments to intensify their crop residue management measures to reduce pollution from stubble burning, a major contributing factor to air pollution during this season. The Indian Met Department has issued a rain warning for several coastal areas between October 31st and November 1st, coinciding with the Diwali festive season from October 29 to November 3rd. India Met Department has predicted rainfall accompanied with thunderstorm and lightning at isolated places over the southern and western states. The extreme weather and intense rainfall triggering deadly floods and displacing millions of people in West Africa this year are the effects of climate change, according to Senegalese climate expert Ida Diong Niang. Climate experts said torrential rains and severe flooding have affected around 6.9 million people in West and Central Africa so far in 2024. Residents of Mexico's eastern Veracruz state navigate the straits using kayaks after heavy rain caused the Papaloapan River to overflow and flood homes. Mexico has suffered the effects of at least 4 cyclones in its current hurricane season, which hits the country every year between May and November. Extreme rainfall pounded the southern Chinese province of Hainan, known as China's Hawaii, for the 3rd day on Tuesday amid the transit of yet another tropical cyclone, leaving the island half submerged in a year of record-breaking wet weather. Cities in Hainan, including Sanya, famed for its palm trees, seafront hotels and sandy beaches, remained waterlogged on Tuesday due to tropical storm Trami to the south. India marks the auspicious occasion of Dhanteras, a festival of prosperity. Dhanteras marks the beginning of Diwali festivities and is considered an auspicious time for buying items that symbolize wealth and prosperity. India and the world light up for Diwali, a festival celebrating the triumph of light over darkness. From traditional rituals to global gatherings, Diwali unites communities in joy, peace and hope. As Diwali approaches, a growing number of consumers are turning to local handmade products to celebrate the festival of lights. The trend known as Vocal for Local aims to support Indian artisans and preserve traditional craftsmanship. US President Joe Biden marked the start of India's most important festival of the year, Diwali, by warmly praising Vice President Kamala Harris in the White House. NASA astronaut Sunita Williams, who has spent almost 5 months in space, sent her best wishes for the Hindu festival of Diwali. Global Village, one of Dubai's premier cultural destinations, transformed its grounds for the auspicious Diwali festival. Spectacular 5-8-meter Rangoli installation, decorations, colourful lights are major highlights during the festivities. The 2024 GEG Lusophonia Festival kicked off at Saipa House's museum, presenting a combination of Chinese and Portuguese arts and cultures that will last over 2 weekends. This year, the Lusophonia Festival was extended to 2 weekends so that both locals and visitors may gain knowledge of traditions, customs and distinctive culture of Portuguese-speaking countries and regions. London hosted a giant interactive multiplayer Tetris game to celebrate its 40th anniversary. The London event was one of the biggest multiplayer Tetris games to ever take place. The games were open to the public for free and participants scanned a QR code and downloaded an app to take part. Ben Newman, a blind surfer who has already won a bronze medal at the World Para Surfing Championships, is now hoping for a gold medal at the championships in November in California. Together with his father, who tells him through a headset when and where a wave is coming, Ben is training for the competition in a newly built surf pool in Munich in southern Germany. More than 300 pumpkin lovers in northern Belgium grabbed the opportunity to paddle a giant hollowed-out fruits over a pond in the town of Castellet. The pumpkin race takes place every year around Halloween time, so locals can make use of their oversized fruits. As Halloween nears, New Yorkers are busy finding unique costumes. Popular picks this year include Deadpool, Wolverine and themed looks from 1920s and 1970s. The stores in New York reports that movie influences and trends play a big role in costume choices. In a unique Halloween tradition, Hungarians donned spooky costumes and took to paddle boarding in the Danube River. Organized by Bernadette Jato of SUP The Lifestyle, the paddle boarding aimed to create new friendships and offer participants a playful escape from daily routines. The 20th edition of the Jasmandu Music Festival is being organized across Kathmandu Valley, celebrating international cultural interaction, promoting tourism and educating locals on different genres of music. The Jasmandu Festival will end on Wednesday with international jazz bands from USA, Spain, Australia, Switzerland, Germany and local Nepali bands playing jazz for music lovers. The Vietnam Airlines Classic Hanoi concert offered a top-tier musical experience for Vietnamese audiences. The event aims to promote international exchange and showcase the beauty of Hanoi to both locals and tourists. The Hanoi concert featured the prestigious Russian National Symphony Orchestra and talented ballet dancers from the renowned Bolshoi Theatre. Christopher Reeve's children said they made a point to include all the complexities of their father's life, his strengths and weaknesses in the new documentary Superman, a Christopher Reeve story. The documentary, released in UK cinemas on Friday, charts Christopher Reeve's rise to stardom thanks to 1978 film Superman, as well as his activism and quest to find a cure for spinal cord injury after becoming a quadriplegic. Nitesh Tiwari's Ramayana, starring Ranbir Kapoor, Sai Pallavi and Yash in the lead roles of Ram, Sita and Ravan respectively, will also star TV actor Ravi Dubey in the role of Lakshman. Anupam Kher's starrer Vijay 69 trailer has finally been released. The film narrates the unconventional journey of a 69-year-old man played by Anupam Kher, who is chasing his dream of competing in a triathlon. The Diwali box office face-off between two franchise films is gearing up with full intensity, even as last-minute tussle goes on by the makers to give the best possible showcasing to the respective films Bhool Bhulaiya 3 and Singham Again. The promotions for Bhool Bhulaiya 3 are going on in full swing at a recent event in Mumbai. Vidya Balan and Madhuri Dixit set the stage on fire with their duet dance performance to the Ami J Tomar 3.0 song from the upcoming horror comedy. Actor Jayam Ravi's upcoming film Brother, directed by M. Rajesh, is all set to hit theatres on the festive occasion of Diwali on October 31st. The trailer for Brother is out now. As the spy thriller Citadel Honey Bunny nears release date, the makers have built excitement among fans with the release of its second trailer. Spain and Manchester City midfielder Rodri raced past Brazil's Vinicius Jr. to win the Ballon d'Or award for being the best player in the world. In women's category, Barcelona and Spain star Aitana Bonmati won her second successive women's Ballon d'Or after leading her club to a historic continental quadruple of titles and claiming the Nations League with her country. Recognizing the best under-21 player in men's football, Barcelona forward Lamine Yamal became the youngest ever winner of Copa Trophy at Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris. Brazil and Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. said on Monday that he will keep on fighting racism even if his activism is what led to him not winning the Ballon d'Or. Manchester United have sacked manager Erik ten Hag following a disastrous start to the season after the club suffered their fourth defeat in 9 league games. Manchester United are reportedly in talks with Portuguese coach Ruben Amorim to become their next manager. Chelsea and Nottingham Forest have been fined £40,000 and £125,000 for failing to control their players in their Premier League game earlier this month. New Zealand batter Kane Williamson will miss the third and final test against India, set to begin in Mumbai on Friday. Cricket at the Los Angeles Olympics could be moved into the east coast of the United States in order to cater to the massive audience in India. Australian wicketkeeper Matthew Wade has retired from international cricket. The left-hander will join the coaching staff of the national men's team of Australia. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.